I'd love for you to spend some time with us. So let's jump in. When I said that these are a few of my favorite things, I'm really not kidding. Joe Harrison, who you'll be hearing from in just a few moments, knows I feel like I'm the personal host crusader for this. So are you cleaning your house? I am. Are you? Everybody is. Have you done a deep clean on your computer? Now, you're scratching your head and you're saying, wait a minute, I didn't know I had to deep clean my computer. You do, because all of those little keystrokes, all of those places we go, whether it's buying toilet paper or checking your bank balance, that is allowing not only debris or clutter in your computer, slowing it down, gumming it up, but this, in Fix Me, it's a unique product, kind of like Andrew Lessman vitamins. It's a one of a kind, it's a one and done. It's basically like a lifetime solution. Big deal is, though, this does what your virus protection cannot do. So what we're doing is an HSN exclusive configuration. This is their gold. So you all asked for the gold. I feel like I should have, you know, the water demo out here, although sometimes I feel like I'm all wet on the air. And in addition to the best price in America, $49.99, 3 flexible payments of $16.66. Those are interest-free payments, 90-day return policy, free shipping, $691-469. Joseph Harrison, are you, Joe,
yeah.
I'm missing your face. How are you, my friend?
It's good to hear from you. I want to see those 80 bangs, though. That's what I'm missing out on.
Right, because I can say, Joe, I've known you for what, almost 20 years?
We're getting close. We're hitting 18 years, Shannon.
Well, I'll tell you.
I went on there, it was on a webcam, and here we are.
See, look at this. This is kind of a flashback to my horrible treatment of you in the past. Well, you know how much I love you and how we're just happy that you're safe and at home with the whole family. I know we'll be hearing from you with Compact later in the show. But, Joe, give everybody the broad strokes, because when you first brought this to HSN, this was an education for me, and I think for a lot of our customers out there. This does what our antivirus protection can't do, right?
You're exactly right. When we launched this in HSN in 2015, there really was nothing like it. And still, 4.5 years later, there still is nothing like it, because viruses are really a fact of life. And what we have to deal with is we run our antivirus program. But those viruses are getting smarter. They're actually, more than half of them are going undetected and getting into your system. It's the rootkits, it's the malware, it's the viruses, the Trojans, all these nasty things. It's gotten so bad that in 2018, the #1 way that people had their identity stolen was from a virus that's on their system. It's incredible, but they're very difficult to remove it, because once a virus is detected, you need an external device to remove it. That's where FixMeStick comes in. Because you plug in the FixMeStick every single time you use it, it captures all those viruses and acts like a vacuum cleaner and takes them all out and puts them on the stick so it can't do any harm. Now, Shannon, normally when you run your antivirus, it only takes about 10 or 15 minutes. Because that's like brushing your teeth. You know, you do that a couple times a day, that's pretty quick. But with FixMeStick, it really is like going to the dentist. This is going to take a couple of hours, and it's going to clean every file on there. And Shannon, I'm talking every document, every photo, every picture, everything that is on your system actually gets cleaned up to 10 times.
Wow.
To make sure that nothing else is going to harm your system in the future.
Hey, Joe, let me quiz you on a couple of basics here. And it's interesting because if we weren't working remotely from home, we are now. I've got a multitude of devices in front of me. And I think if there was a moment in history where we need this maybe even more, you know, I won't say as much as the toilet paper, but, you know, maybe a close second,
You're 100% right. We're all online. Like my kids, we have 5 of us here in the house. Everybody's online. We'll all have our different computers and our devices that we're using. And it doesn't matter if it's a PC. It doesn't matter if it's Mac. Like in our household, we have 2 Macs, we have 3 PCs. That's the breakdown. And this works for every one of them. And it doesn't matter if your computer is a year old, 5 years old, 10 years old. That FixMeStick, you plug it into your PC, you plug it into your Mac, you let it do the deep clean, and it's going to work. So it could be for a Windows tablet. It could be for a MacBook Air. It could be for your desktop. It could be for your traditional laptop. Up to all these devices, up to 3 computers, can be scanned forever. And Shannon, when we talk about the lifetime of the device, at the top you mentioned this is a great price, but if you go out and shop FixMeStick, For this exact same price, it's one computer for 1 year. Only HSN has it for a lifetime.
Well, and the fact that we're doing both PC and Mac now, because I know that was something in the past we used to say, you know, if you want the PC or if you want the Mac. Hey, the other thing I wanted to quiz you about is, you know, we're always so fortunate to have you here, but the FixMe team, they've stepped up to the plate. There are a lot of things that they're doing exclusively for us, like you said, PC or Mac, best price hands down. Tell me a little bit about this gold design. Was that by customer request?
It was, because a lot of people are realizing, well, the USB, is the USB really going to last a lifetime? So they redesigned the FixMeStick. You don't need a cap. You can dunk it in water. If it's in your pocket, if the kids step on it, it's designed to last a lifetime of that computer. And it also has a faster chipset on the inside. So it used to be when FixMeStick first launched, we could only scan files 3 times because the processor on the inside of that stick just wasn't fast enough. But now they've increased the speed, so every file now gets scanned up to 10 times. So imagine having somebody in your house, and they're not just cleaning the house once. They're cleaning it 10 times for that price to make sure everything is going to be absolutely clean. The other thing they're doing is not only do you get a lifetime of use, no monthly fees like everywhere else you buy, you also get exclusive phone support.
Yes.
And viruses can be tricky. There's a lot of stuff you hear on the news about viruses and companies getting hacked. Feel free to call the FixMeStick team. They will walk you through anything. They know you're an HSN customer. Only you guys have that phone number, and then they can answer any question you want to make sure that your computer is really, really safe.
So, Joe, with only about 4 minutes remaining, and you can see that toll-free number in the corner of your screen, I'm just going to give everybody the broad strokes, and I got a couple of questions for you.
Sure.
If you're watching this show, just like Joe and I have been talking, I know you are online more than maybe any other time in history. And like Joe said, it's not just you. Are your kids doing remote learning? Are you working from home? Are you buying everything from toilet paper to that stick of butter? I mean, basically our lives, because we're being safer at home, are online. This does not replace your virus protection. I want to make that poignantly clear, but here's the thing. It will do what your antivirus protection cannot do. Your antivirus protection cannot... There's like a velvet rope, like a no admittance. You know, they quarantine some things, kind of like we're self-quarantining. The FixMeStick finds all of that. So they can run, but they can't hide. The FixMeStick finds everything. So Joe, in the broad strokes, again, lifetime, PC or Mac, dunk it in water, lowest price in America, no yearly fees, you don't get dinged on your credit card. It is $16.66, but here are my broad strokes. So does it scan every file, and how much would this, if I didn't have FixMeStick, what's the alternative?
The alternative is you're really going to get hacked. There are viruses designed to steal your credit card. There are viruses designed to steal your email. There are viruses to steal your identity. So if you don't have this, just think about you sitting at your computer and everything you type in, some bad guy is over your shoulder watching every password, watching every credit card. So if you, and these are the way viruses are designed. A lot of them are designed to slow down your system, but a lot of them are designed that you don't even know they're there. And when you run your antivirus, the antivirus only scans the active files, which are about 10% of your hard drive. FixMeStick is the only product that scans 100% of those files and scans them 10 times to make sure everything's clean. That's why when you use FixMeStick on a regular basis, it cleans up your computer. It makes your computer faster. The internet becomes faster because you're getting rid of all this clutter. So Shannon, I always say, take the test. Run your antivirus when you get home, the thing you've been running for decades. Then run FixMeStick right after it. You will be surprised how many viruses, Trojans, malware, rootkits that your antivirus missed, but FixMeStick caught it. And it's not a replacement like Shannon mentioned. I run it once a week here in the household. We still found dozens of viruses a week. Do it once a week on a typical family, and that'll keep your system safe and secure.
Hey, Joe, is it still true that if I did have access to a geek, and no, I'm not driving to your house, so don't worry, but normally it'd be about $100 back in the day?
You're right. All the retail stores, the two major ones that do this, it's $100. And the average turnaround time is about 10 days. So you lost your computer for 10 days. You paid $100. Here's the scary thing, Shannon. You come back home and you do the same stuff, same internet websites, same different programs. Then you get a virus again. You have to pay that $100 again. With FixMeStick, Just run it once a week. You know your computer better than anybody. You run it, you plug it in, let it run overnight. That way when you wake up the next morning, it's fast, it's fresh, it's clean. And by the way, the number one way that people are now video conferencing, that major company just got hacked a couple days ago, spreading viruses. So, you know, it's not even just small companies, it's big companies. It happens, and it's something we have to keep ourselves protected.
Absolutely, Joe. Just real quickly, it'll work on even operating systems that Microsoft doesn't support anymore, correct?
You're exactly right. If your computer is up to 15 years old, like Cannon's mentioning, all the way back to Windows XP, it'll still work on that system. Mac systems all the way back to 15 years old. So if you have a new computer, it'll maintain that speed. But if you have that old one, it brings it back to life so you can still use it.
Well, Joe, take a load off, have a coffee break, whatever. I know you're going to be back with Compact a little bit later. Thank you for your help on this, as always. We'll check in later this hour. Thank you, Joe. Hey, just so you realize, and wow, are we busy with over 2,000 gone. Here's what I'd love for you to do. You can obviously hear how passionate I am about this. I think we're all on the forefront of our mind thinking about viruses, and I'm not going to be grandiose here, but don't forget about your computer. Your computer is not exempt from that. And sadly, especially because you're doing more stuff from home, your antivirus programming is missing what FixMeStick is going to find. 90-day return policy. Run it once. And if you don't see the debris and what it's getting off your computer, what's been hiding there, lurking, meaning to do you harm,